Alright, hey guys, KiDdViRuS53 here, back with this update, the final part. As you can see, I had to sort out a new camera angle because the other news of gaming which I want to talk about, it is on my laptop and I didn't have time to write it all down in the notebook, so and it was like a lot to talk about from parts of news, so yeah, and a few things to talk about here. First person shooters, you know, stuff coming out for PSN and whatnot, so let's get started with it. First of all, let's just have a quick sip of my drink. It's just all juice to get today, guys. So the first bit of news which we got here, Battlefield 3 Aftermath. The details have been revealed for that. DICE has revealed the first details for Aftermath, the 4th DLC expansion for Battlefield 3. Aftermath will feature 4 maps set across the crumbling remains of the post-earthquake terrain, encouraging vertical and horizontal urban combat. According to EA, we should expect heavily modified troop transports and civilian vehicles adapted for combat. In addition to this, you'll also get new game modes, achievements, dog tags and assignments. So Aftermath will be due for December 2012 this year, so, and it will be included with Battlefield Premium. So we find that like there was like concept below that bit of news, but we can't show you that because I didn't want to put any spoilers or anything to it. So next up, the PS2 horror game called Haunting Ground has been listed by ESRB, and pointing to the upcoming PS3 release, the PS2 Capcom survival horror title Haunting Ground picked up middling reviews upon release in May 2005. It currently carries a Metacritic rating of 67, though it is fondly remembered by many. It follows protagonist Fiona and a German Shepherd as they play happily in the sun-kissed meadows. Wait, no, it follows Fiona and the dog as they attempt to escape a haunted castle. It is currently unknown whether the game will be released as an HD remake or PS2 classic, so their bet is on the latter. Medal of Honor Warfighter's Battlefield 4 beta has been confirmed, because Medal of Honor Warfighter was going to set up like a beta thing for Battlefield 4, so that's been confirmed. EA has confirmed that exclusive access to Battlefield 4 beta will be available to anyone pre-ordering the Medal of Honor Warfighter Limited Edition. Much like the Battlefield 3 beta was bundled with the Medal of Honor Limited Edition, but the news on the beta originally emerged over that weekend. I don't know when this news was sorted because it was like in July. But now it's all completely official thanks to EA's announcement, scheduled to commence in the fall of 2013. The Battlefield 4 beta will give you a first taste of DICE's latest installment to the first-person shooter series. They are expecting Battlefield Bad Company 3, but Battlefield 4 will have to do, so yeah. And now this is a release from Harmonix, and we all know who Harmonix is and made the Rock Band games. Rock Band Blitz will be coming to the PSN this month. So Harmonix has announced that Rock Band Blitz is coming this month, launching on PSN, bringing it with 20 tracks from a variety of major artists, as well as the ability to export tracks from the thousands already available in the existing Rock Band library, like Rock Band 1 to 3, Green Day, Lego, the Beatles and your track packs. There are more tracks to come for Rock Band Blitz that will no doubt be announced prior to the game's launch date. Rock Band Blitz will be coming on August 28th in North America for just $14.99, and August 29th in Europe for presumably £9.99, or in euros that is $11.99. So yeah, but the official Europe thing is, the pricing in Europe is yet to be confirmed for that. WWE 13 Collector's Edition has been revealed, and this is with an added Stone Cold like thing. I don't know what to call it. So with this included, you get the exclusive foil packaging featuring an embossed Stone Cold Steve Austin skull, exclusive collectible art card personally autographed by the one, the only Stone Cold, an exclusive Stone Cold Steve Austin in-game attire Red Skull t-shirt from like his 2001 attire, an exclusive Stone Cold in-game ATV, because he rides around in the ATV like he did with WrestleMania and whatnot. Stone Cold Steve Austin, the bottom line, on the most popular superstar of all time DVD. Of course, a copy of the game, WWE 13, and an access to WWE Hall of Famer and WWE's 13 global pre-order offer. Mike Tyson, you get to play it. You are allowed to have a playable character, and that is Mike Tyson, who was featured in WrestleMania 14 against Stone Cold and Shawn Michaels. So that's pretty cool. This was like a walkthrough video, but Assassin's Creed 3 Boston walkthrough video and Wolfpack co-op has been unveiled. This is featuring 25 increasingly challenging sequences or waves of assassination targets, and its newly unveiled Wolfpack co-op multiplayer mode sounds like a more stabby take on the now classic and somewhat horde mode, offering murderous action for up to 4 players, pitting you and your co-op friends against increasingly savage AI and tougher time constraints with each sequence you complete. So the Wolfpack mode will drop you into a multiplayer stage where you can have to dispatch assassination targets before they escape, which should prove especially though when decoys and lookouts start appearing on later waves. So sorry sequences. Just because I did mention this in the last part, it was only like a trailer and whatnot. I'll say this again, apparently Sega has officially announced the HD release for Yakuza 1 and 2, and with Yakuza 5, because they might be making Yakuza 5 and that's in the horizon, Sega could be planning remakes of the PS2 classics Yakuza 1 and 2 in the HD version. Let's see if a Sega release schedule is any sort of indication, as it's seemingly at both games, possibly as a 2-game collection, and the listing appeared briefly on the Sega schedule before being taken down with a December release, so probably coming out December 2012, but that's in Japan, and it would put it in the same month that Yakuza 5 is due to release. It would certainly make sense to the release Yakuza 1 and 2 HD during the period, but Yakuza 1 and 2 HD was listed in Japan for 5,225 yen on December 1st in Japan, but nothing's been confirmed or announced yet, and it does seem pretty legitimate though, so we have to stay tuned about that. Other news with the Battlefield 4 beta. EA's Steam SKU PC digital platform Origin is starting to live up to its name. If the store was named because it was to be the origin for more leaks than one of the WikiLeaks trusted sources, the store has been at it again, and this time revealing that those who pre-order Medal of Honor Warfighter on the PC will get access to the Battlefield 4 beta, likely to be in 2013. This is a PC only store, but they expect the beta to come to consoles too, like the Battlefield 3 beta did, so let's just hope it isn't as much of a mess as that one though. So they're kind of hoping for Bad Company 3, but you know, the return of the B Squad and all that. So they take a Battlefield 4 in 2013, so you know, it'd be rude not to. I'm just reading what it says on here. Now I know I was gonna add this to more info on site news, but apparently I should tell you who's been added onto the team for PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale, and they have added Jack and Daxter, and they've added Cole from Infamous. So they revealed the 2 latest combatants to join the burgeoning roster for its chaotic arcade brawler during Comic-Con, presenting both Jack and Daxter and Cole McGrath from the Infamous games. Jack and Daxter are together as one character for this game, utilising an array of weaponry from the series, including the blaster, needle laser, gyro burster, and mass inverter. And as Jack is inspired by the version seen in Jak 2 and Jak 3, he's also able to unleash his Dark Jack and Light Jack powers, while Daxter provides support melee attacks. Cole from Infamous will also put his powers to good use. He's going to use electrokinesis and cryokinesis against his opponents, making him a deadly fighter at close range or long range, and he's a well-rounded fighter who's also quick and be able to propel himself into the action at speed, so that's pretty cool. This is apparently to be an HD version, which has been officially announced for PSN, and that game is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, the HD version. So Capcom officially announced that the eye-hurting and utterly unique 2D fighter JoJo's Bizarre Adventure HD version will be heading to PSN next month, bringing the popular anime back to life with overhauled graphics and new online features. Originally released on the Sega Dreamcast back in the year 2000, so quite a decade ago. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure HD version boasts the game's original gameplay mechanics alongside retina scorching HD visuals, although you can play the game with the classic arcade style intact in arcade SD modes if you so wish. The game will also have all new online features, including an online matching system that chooses opponents based on their location, skill and connection speed, so you earn battle points during online matches and work your way up to the leaderboards. There will also be 8-player winner stays or multiplayer lobby where you can spectate the action while you're waiting for a fight. There will also be a replay sharing using the game's video functionality, so that will be launching on PSN on oh, it's this month. I thought it was next month because it says on here. So that comes out on August 21st in North America and August 22nd in Europe, so that's going to be pretty awesome. Although I've never played it, so I want to see like gameplay videos and all that for it, so yeah. I'm just take another sip of my drink here. We've got some rumours for the Super Slim PS3, and people have been asking, is the PS3 Slim not quite enough for you? But there were rumoured images for what is apparently being dubbed the PS3 Super Slim, with leaked images emerging from Brazilian tech site Technoblog, and that was reportedly gleaned from a Sony filing flip-top disc tray as opposed to the usual slick automatic disc slot, and looks like a squashed PS3, which makes sense. I'll put a link in the description if you want to see the images for the PS3 Super Slim. There are also rumoured to be 3 different SKUs for the PS3 Super Slim, so you can choose from 250 gig or 500 gig or presumably much cheaper entry level 16 gig. So although as MC3 notes, this could be a misprint and could likely be a 160 gigabyte model, With this all being rumours and leaks for now, and nothing official, nothing further is known about the supposed PS3 Super Slim. But if Sony is set to officially reveal the new PS3 4000, which is also named the Super Slim, it'll be safe bet to assume that it'll be at Gamescom or Cologne next month, which is, I think it's this month or next month, I'm not sure. So yeah, I do apologise if I'm moving out the camera and whatnot. It's just blimmin', yeah, I do apologise. We've got some news here, and this is regarding to Limbo. People have been saying Limbo could have been on the PlayStation Network first, and Sony could have had Limbo as a time PSN exclusive, which had the platform holder not wanted to retain the rights of the IP. Sony Computer Entertainment has revealed. Talking at the Develop conference in Brighton, so Sony's executive producer Pete Smith, he admitted that talks has been held with Limbo developer Playdead about releasing the game exclusive on PSN, but the negotiations for PSN exclusively failed when Sony insisted on keeping hold of the IP rights to Limbo, which went on to sell over 1 million copies, releasing first on the Xbox Live Arcade in 2010. And then after that, Limbo achieved like 300,000 downloads on Xbox Live Arcade in its first month. So the game also sold well on PSN when it released in 2011, which was last year, but it could have potentially performed better, which it released on the platform first. But there are obvious benefits to keeping it, but also to giving it up. So you're way more likely to get a deal, Smith explained, with regards to IP rights. So remember, 100% of nothing is nothing. A publisher is more likely to commit to marketing and merchandising if they own the IP. So, a bit of interesting news there about regards to Limbo. Do apologise guys again for moving. Apparently, I think this was going to be announced. World War Z. There's actually a new game called World War Z. It could be a thing. There could be the promise of more zombies to shoot if a recent trademark filing for a video game adaptation of the movie based on the book World War Z is any sort of an indication. Paramount Pictures has filed that trademark in the US for what could be a World War Z game, with the filing classified for downloadable electronic game platform program, electronic games software and video game cartridges, discs, etc. blah blah blah. Based on the novel by Max Brooks, World War Z is slated for release in cinemas on June 21st, 2013, and stars Brad Pitt and Lost star Matthew Fox, caught amid a zombie pandemic. If the filing does indeed point to the tie-in video game, they could expect it to arrive around in the same time, like they did with Spider-Man, but it was like Spider-Man came out first and Spider-Man came out the week after. So yeah, so Paramount released the War of the Worlds game on Xbox Live Arcade and PSN, and also has Digital Reality and Namco Bandai Star Trek video game, which is also on the way. So a World War Z game would make complete sense. So it might be being slated for the movie time. Other news for Yakuza 1 and 2 HD, it was confirmed in the pages of Famitsu, and it seems that the HD collection for Yakuza 1 and 2 is indeed real. If a listing this week in a weekly Famitsu magazine, is to be believed. Apparently the magazine lists the HD remix for the PS3, bundling both of the PS2 Yakuza games. Additionally, Sega has made improvements to both games other than providing HD visuals, with load time supposedly reduced and the ability to manage your item box in the phone booth. Completionists will also be able to enjoy putting a check mark on menus to keep track on any foods you've eaten, and there's also pre-order incentives involving the PS2 version's packaging, with a remade version of the original PS2 cover in a PS3 style. Yakuza 1 and 2 HD collection is scheduled for release on November 1st in Japan, rather than December 1st as per Sega's schedule, for 5,290 yen, according to the Famitsu listing. So, yeah. There was screens going on for the new Ratchet & Clank frontal assaults, so they had screens for that, and that is going to come into PSN as part of the Duo's 10th anniversary festivals. And it sees that the revelation that the game will be adding tower defense elements, heading back to the classic camera, weapons and third-person gameplay of the original Ratchet & Clank games. The addition for full frontal assault, its new tower defense twist seems the titular Lombax, and its nickel-plated body protecting the base against invasion, meaning some fast-paced strategy and decisions making it will be brought to the fore. What's more, Ratchet & Clank will also be facing a new nemesis, who also has a nasty surprise in store for Captain Quark, so you'll be able to play as Ratchet, Clank and Quark as you take on an alien army across 5 stages spread across 3 different planets, so you can play solo or with a friend in split screen or online co-op, so that's pretty cool, like they did with All for One. And there will be unlockables such as upgrades, skins and other content in the game. So Ratchet & Clank Full Frontal Assault will be coming out in autumn 2012. Got some news here for the new Uncharted patch 1.13, and that is detailed with new trophies. So I did have a look at this, and apparently if you update this, Uncharted 3 will have like over 105 trophies in total. So if you guys got Platinum on Uncharted 3 like I did, but you haven't updated it and it's still 100%, if you update it, your percentage for that, you still get the Platinum, but your percentage will be 51%, and basically most of the trophies, well, I think all the trophies from the patch are basically online stuff. So yeah, so that's a bit of a I don't know what to say really for this, because it's just online stuff, and you know it's going to be taking so long just to get it 100% again. So the gameplay fixes, there's gameplay fixes as well, and they increase the recoil, has been added to the Gmail. The deathmatch will now appear in round 5 instead of round 3 in team objective game modes. Quitting out the co-op will no longer count as a competitive loss when signing out or disconnecting. Lab games no longer count toward the leaderboard. Death from above medal now requires the player to be at least 2 meters off the ground. Players can earn more than one here hold this medal in a match. A collection of trophies was also added, so it's like a DLC pack. Trophies been added for each DLC pack available which you buy. The TAU sniper pistol has been tuned, so the rate of fire is up to 30%, and its starting ammo is now 8 and not 12. M9 blind fire accuracy has been reduced by 10% efficiency, and a cloaked level 3 is now immune to the effects of disruption, so it wasn't working properly, so they fixed it. So So yeah, patch 1.13 for Uncharted 3 will be on August 14th, which is in 4 days. Well, as I've said, it's because part 1 I filmed on August 10th and I did the other day, so it is the 12th, so in 2 days, so, as I'm filming this, so yeah. So another release for PSN, Double Dragon Neon Brawling, Double Dragon Neon, sorry, that's coming its way to PSN next month. It's giving the classic Double Dragon an eye-popping colourful makeover with 3D visuals. The 80s side-scrolling beat-em-up sees Billy and Jimmy Lee making a comeback as the Lee brothers. You'll need to punch and kick your enemy way through waves of punks as you edge ever closer to an all-round bad guy, Skullmageddon. So no chance with a name like that. So you've got to rescue Damsel in Distress Marion. So that'll be coming out September 11th in North America, which should mean, as always, coming out on the 12th of September in Europe. So, yep. Got some news for EA Sports and EA Sports UFC being developed by the Fight Night team. So EA's Canada is developing EA's UFC game, EA Sports UFC. The team behind Fight Night is lending its talents to the UFC title. EA's first announcing the acquisition of the license from THQ. The development team will be headed up by EA's Team in Action Sports General Manager Dean Richards and Creative Director Brian Hayes. Between them, the duo have experience on the Fight Night, NHL and SSX games. And this is just like from what one of the guys said, for me personally, the UFC is something that I grew up with. I remember watching the first UFC events when I was a teenager, and it's amazing to see how they evolved and flourished. Oh, that was said by Hayes. Ultimately, we're huge fans. We think that we have a great team, and we are really excited to be taking on this new challenge. So, we look forward to bringing the UFC video game experience to new heights. And that's what Hayes said. The publisher has yet to announce platforms for release date of EA Sports UFC, so I don't expect it soon, but THQ continues to hold it to the rights of UFC titles till March 31st, 2013. So, yep. Final Fantasy 13 news. Final Fantasy 13 Versus 13, which was rumoured to be cancelled. The speculation around the Square Enix has put the brakes on the LON, just stating Final Fantasy Versus 13 cancelling the project altogether to have the developer turn his full attention to Final Fantasy 15. Is it 15 or is it 14? 14, sorry. No, is it? Yeah, Final Fantasy 15, sorry. A hack and slash action packed Final Fantasy 13 spin off. It seems like Final Fantasy Versus 13 has been around forever, but it was in fact originally revealed at E3 back in 2006, but since then there's been mere drips and drabs of information on the game, but now it looks as though it could all come for nothing according to a Kotaku report. Despite Square Enix supposedly preparing to provide the first real-time demo soon, but nothing's been confirmed yet, but this kind of speculation doesn't bode all that well for Final Fantasy Versus 13, but Square Enix has declined to comment on the rumours, so yep, a bit of news about that. So we got, now if you don't know about this game, I did say there was trophies for this, but it all said like school levels and death modes. This game is called Sand Shapes, and basically they've got exclusive new tracks from Beck. Sand Shape will not only feature tracks from Deadmass and Jim Guthrie when it launches on PSN next month. But we'll also be getting new and exclusive tracks from Beck, whose albums include Mellow Gold, Odelay, Midnight Vultures, Sea Change and Modern Guilt, which Beck has composed 3 new tracks for the game that also formed an EP. The tracks are called Cities, Touch the People and Spiral Staircase, and each apparently shows a different facet of Beck's creativity, so you'll be able to play with the music using the tools in the in-game editor. Animation, art and design studios were employed to transform Beck's tracks into visuals in the game, which you'll be able to pick up from PSN on August 7th, which has just passed, in North America, and in Europe on August 8th, which has been passed as well. So it will be a part of a PSN Play promotion with 20% off for PlayStation Plus members. So yeah. Got some news here. For anyone who still plays MotorStorm Pacific Rift, basically the servers are going on offline this October. So yeah, you've got 2 months left, and basically the servers will go offline. So Sony's planning to shut down the servers for several games this October, with MotorStorm Arctic Edge and SOCOM's Fireteam Bravo 3 going offline on PSP. So here's the big one though, it will also affect the game's trophies, which is sadly. So Pacific Rift on PS3 is set to go completely offline from October 1st, so that means the 12 online trophies will be unobtainable after that date. So if you still want to attain that all-important 100% trophy completion, so you better get on the case sharpish. Of course you can still play Pacific Rift offline, but if you're hoping to get hold of the trophies for ranking up and winning online races, you'll have about 2 months left to grab them. So if you do want to do the online trophies thing, go grab them while you still can. For me, I would like to go back to Pacific Rift, but apparently I just don't really feel like going back onto it, you know. But I do enjoy the game, I just feel like I can't be asked really. But yeah, if I do go back in it, then I'll let you guys know. Then probably we can do online boosting or something, which is pretty cool. So I'm just seeing something floating around. I think it was a fly or something. I don't know. Oh, we got some other news about Final Fantasy Versus 13. Sorry, just to say, and I just want to check how. Gone half an hour through. Final Fantasy Versus 13 isn't dead, which was said by Square Enix. They denied rumours that Versus 13 has been well, they said it was like going to be cancelled, but Kakato claimed that the following and projected and apparently troubled spell in development, the action RPG, had been cancelled, but Square Enix's boss Yoichi has subsequently, sorry if I'm messing up, subsequently taken to Twitter to deny the claim. The Star making a false rumour that Versus was cancelled, he said. Just a minute ago, the regular Versus meeting ended, but if you saw the presentation of the city, it knocked off your feet. Lol. So that's that then. Final Fantasy Versus 13 is still in development, which begs the question, where the hell is it? So maybe this year's Tokyo Game Show would have the answer. So we just have to find out really. Got some news regarding to Silent Hill Downpour. The developer Virtual Games could be shut down. So studio owner Kujo has issued a statement confirming that it's currently conducting a strategic review of its operations, but several sources are kind of saying that Vatcha's days may be numbered. But the new management team that Kujo has been conducting a strategic review of all aspects of the business, said Kujo. As part of this process, the ongoing business activities of the Vatcha Studios are currently under review. However, at this stage, No decision has been yet made, but Silent Hill Downpour shipped in March earlier this year. Vatchel is reportedly working on a now kind of brawler, so they'll bring the confirm once it comes. So yeah, got some DLC kind of things, puzzle packs for Quantum Conundrum, and Square Enix confirms that there will be more fiendish dimensions shifting puzzles coming to Quantum Conundrum during the summer months, with the first paid DLC pack landing next month in September. The first pack is entitled The Desmond Debacle and adds a new wing to the quadrannular mansion, where it will be host of new puzzles revolving around the button-pushing drinking bird Desmond. The second pack, meanwhile, is called IKE Arambi, and it has you rescuing the courtesy kinetic entity. So, interdimensional kinetic entity, which is IKE. In another new port of the manor, the Desmond Debacle will be coming to PSN on August 15th for $2.99, and it will be followed by the IKE Arambra on September 12th, also for $2.99. They thought Quantum Conundrum was superb, so they're all for more dimension, manipulating, puzzling, yeah. Sleeping Dogs gets Rico gear with a Just Cause 2 save, so if you still got your Just Cause 2 save data intact, so if you kept hold of it because of a Just Cause 2 game save on your game data, save data sort of thing, it will unlock the exclusive bonus content for Sleeping Dogs in the form of Rico Rodriguez, Black Duds and Zipline. Like Rico, you'll be able to use the Zipline, albeit in a relatively limited way, to action hijack vehicles from a greater distance while speeding along the streets of Hong Kong. And it's available in-game from launch. You'll be able to access the Just Cause 2 clothes. This is set from Wei Shen's Safe House, where you can change and rock the Rico look. While in Rico's outfit, your action hijack ability will be boosted, enabling you to pull off vehicle jumping stunts in style. You'll be able to dress Wei Shen as Rico with Just Cause 2 save on your hard disk drive when Sleeping Dogs launches on August 14th, so in North America, and August 17th in Europe. So that's pretty cool. Almost done with this news, guys. Mass Effect 3 Operation Overwatch event requires the DLC Earth, the Earth DLC. Operation Overwatch hits Mass Effect 3, offering up more accommodation and victory packs for successful players, so you need the Earth DLC installed to take part in this one. As Operation Overwatch drops troops on Earth to tackle the most secure Reaper strongholds, Reaper anti-air defense will make for high-risk shuttle extractions. The squad goal is to achieve an extraction on any difficulty with at least one squad member using an Earth-packed character. The Allied goal, meanwhile, is to extract 800,000 individual players on any difficulty, with each live member counting for the goal. As ever, squad goal success rewards players with a accommodation pack, while Allied goal success rewards players with a victory pack and a new Earth character, which is pretty cool. So, other news. This is probably going to be like third person shooter things now. Got two here. Well, shooters. Shooter. I don't know. Modern Warfare 3's terminal map heads to PS3 next month. So they announced, Infinity Ward announced on Twitter the PS3 release for the Modern Warfare 3 map that landed on Xbox just over a week ago. Coming to PS3 in the middle of next month, with Elite members naturally getting it a day early. So you may remember the rather good terminal map from Modern Warfare 2, well I do personally, which took place at Zakhiev's International Airport with a jumbo jet outside on the tarmac and plenty of opportunity for cowering in the magazine store and behind the coffee bar inside. That's what we usually do anyway, so you can grab the terminal map for Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 on August 16th. If you're a COD Elite member, while the non-Elite members get on the day after, and frankly, it's actually free, so that's pretty cool for you guys. Hitman Sniper Challenge competition is to begin in territories, whoever has the PAL version. So anyone who pre-ordered Hitman Absolution in Europe and other PAL territories can get their hands on the Hitman Sniper Challenge pre-order bonus. This much you already know, that what you may not know is that you can also play Sniper Challenge and compete to become the ultimate sharpshooter assassin, scooping some prizes for your sniping skills, racking up 35 million kills on Sniper Challenge to date. Players can now compete daily, weekly and monthly to win prizes with the game, and all monthly winners will go on a battle to the grand final for a chance to win the prestigious title of the UK's Ultimate Assassin. So the winner will receive a Golden Joystick award to be presented at future publishing annual Golden Joysticks on October 26, as well as the unique honour of being immortalised in the future Hitman title with the winner's likeness going into the game. And just to say, it's again, the release is out on November 20th, 2012. Got some news about the Skyrim DLC. Now, people have been complaining because it's only been released on the Xbox. Bethesda does not currently have a release still on the Dawnguard add-on. The DLC was released on Xbox a month ago, meaning that the 30-day exclusively secured by Microsoft is now over. But however, it's not looking that they'll get it on PS3 anytime soon. And this is what they said: oh, we haven't announced Dawnguard for any other platform, nor given a timeline for any such news, which was said by Bethesda's VP of Marketing, Pete Hines, on Twitter. If we have news, I promise I'll tell you. I was simply stating that expecting, demanding something today has unfounded, not that news is ever coming. So that's what he said. But meanwhile, Bethesda also mentioned on Twitter that patch 1.7 will be arriving in the coming weeks. The headline additions in the patch are Manly Combat and new kill cams. So, just to let you guys know about that. Almost some of this news, guys. Got about this one, and then we've got two more. Daniel Craig and more lending voice talent to 007 Legends. 007 Legends will feature a variety of past and present Bond talent, including Daniel Craig, Michael Lonsdale, Naomi Harris and Richard Kiel. Activision has announced Daniel Craig plays James Bond himself. Surprise! While Rory Keener voices M16's Chief of Staff, Bill Tanner. The Moonraker missions feature Michael Lonsdale and Richard Kiel, reprising their villainous roles as Hugo Drax and Jaws, respectively. Jaws, by the way, only ever had one line of dialogue, but despite appearing in 3 Bond films, so yeah. Naomi Harris, who stars in the incoming Bond movie Skyfall, also making an appearance in 007 Legends. She played Selena in 28 Days Later. just to let you guys know. And Activision say to expect more talent announcements as more missions are announced, and that takes elements from 6 separate Bond movies and ties them together with one overarching narrative. Just to check what the timer is for this, so 45 minutes, damn. Damn, I've done so long in this part. I do apologise if this is just like completely boring for you guys. The final news I got here, just two news, and that is regarding to Dragon's Dogma. That has got 1.5 million units sold, so that's been performing rather well in Japan, according to the company's quarter one in April-June 2012 financial report that states shipments have surpassed 1 million units. Despite the game's success in Japan, Dragon's Dogma has struggled in other territories, although it's exceeded expectations on Capcom's native soil. This success in Japan has led to sales of 1.05 million units. That could mean the beginning of a series of sequels. By comparison, Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City limped to 450,000 sales, but Capcom also highlighted that aggressively launching DLC has helped the company find its way back to profitable status, but in fact Capcom's profits climbed by 300% to £11 million, sorry, with total revenue reaching £151 million. That's pretty cool. And just saying about, because they was doing some sort of sequel or whatnot, Dragon's Dogma 2 has been revealed, and they had details swooping in. So here's what I've got for you guys. Dragon's Dogma has surpassed the 1 million sales mark, and that series is planned for Capcom's quirky RPG. The first details of the sequel have emerged straight from the game's creator, Hideaki Itsuno. Apparently Itsuno wants to bring a quest creation system that failed to make the cut for Dragon's Dogma to the follow-up, as well as an expanded game world. According to Itsuno, Dragon's Dogma World of Granzes has 2/3 the size of what was originally intended. By only 60-70% of his ideas made it into the game. Other ideas include being able to run on top of enemies and jump in to grab hold of them, while quest creation would enable you to make objectives for your hero and accompanying pawns to embark upon and complete Dragon's Dogma 2. Dragon's Dogma 2 is in development, which means there will likely be more deals around the corner. So that is all my news. And I know this has been such a long part for this update. I do apologise, but we've finally done this all. So thanks for watching this update. I hope you enjoyed what I've been up to, and loads of gaming news to cover. So we'll see you for the next update, and probably it won't be longer than this. So we'll see you next time, guys. Thanks.